Tesla's share prices have recently gone over $2,000, so I really want to show you how much your share price will change if you were to buy more shares now. How much do you think adding 1 share of Tesla will affect your average price? Stay tuned to the end to find out if it affects it more or less than you had expected. Is it going to be worth it? You'll find out. If you had invested in a company like Tesla and you just had all these shares and you continually bought here and there, and maybe you didn't really care so much when you had the opportunity to lower your share price, but then it begins to skyrocket. So when you buy these other shares and they're more expensive and you're all in, you don't care and you want to buy them because you really want to be invested, well, your average share price, well, of course it's going to go up.
Son of a... You done messed up, Aaron!
How much it goes up depends on what you're buying now, how many shares and at what price, and what you already own, how many shares and at what price. If you invested just because you wanted to get in, and every time the price dipped, you bought more shares, and you just continued more and more shares every time the price was low, you worked on lowering your average cost. When the price goes high and you buy a couple more shares, it's really not going to impact your average cost. If you really believe Kathy Wood from ARK Invest and you think that Tesla's going to hit $7,000 per share, then really, who cares what price you bought it at? If Apple had never done a stock split, 1 share of Apple would be worth more than $25,000 today. So, do you think the people who didn't buy more shares of Apple back then feel pretty stupid now because they were worried about their average share cost going up or that it was too expensive? If you do your research and you're really confident in a company and you believe in them and they're innovative and disruptive and really a game changer, then who cares what the price is if the price is only going to go up? However, if you can't risk it, then you can't do that. But nowadays, people can buy fractional shares and do all sorts of things, so you need to figure out what's best for you. So let's look at a couple examples of Tesla due to its recent really insane growth. And I know a lot of people are super bullish on Tesla and they have a lot of faith in this company and maybe feel like they missed their chance to invest. So I want you to understand that maybe it's not such a bad thing to buy a few shares now. On Monday, August 31st, Tesla will be doing its first stock split. So for every 1 share, you'll have 4 new shares, or your 1 share will turn into 5. We also have Battery Day on September 22nd. We also have a possibility of being added to the S&P 500 coming up. So there's a lot of hype around Tesla right now, and the price is just booming. Maybe you own some shares of Tesla already. You wanted to buy more. You were waiting for the price to go down, and now you just feel like you've lost your opportunity. You'll never be able to buy more Tesla now. It's just too much money. So what I'm going to do for us today is I'm just doing 5 examples where you might own a certain number of shares of Tesla at a certain price. If you were to sell all of your shares of that Tesla in the future at a certain price, how much money would you have under the condition that you're paying 15% capital gains tax? Who knows what tax rates will be in the future? This is all just hypothetical or playing around with numbers to see what would happen. And how much of that money would you keep after tax? Then what we're going to do is we're going to pretend that you were to buy maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5 more shares of Tesla now. Under the circumstances where Tesla is $2,000 plus per share, what would that do to your average cost? And how would that affect your future? If you made the same sale, selling all of your shares at that same price, was it worth it? Was it worth it to spend an extra $2,000, $4,000, $6,000 now for the future? Now, I don't have a crystal ball and I can't tell you how high Tesla's price will go. You have to do your own research. There's just a lot of possibility and a lot of unknown, but this is just to show you the math. I already have all the equations typed into this spreadsheet, so I'm not going to do a math lesson right now. I'd be happy to make a video explaining the calculations to anyone who is interested. Just let me know in the comment section, or if you want me to work out your particular Tesla scenario because you're terrible at math, let me know what that scenario is, or if it's for a different company, should you buy more? So in example 1, we have 5 shares of Tesla at $800 a share. In case number 2, this is 10 shares of Tesla at $700 a share. In case number 3, we have 15 shares at $600 a share. Case number 4 is 20 shares of Tesla at $900 each. And in case number 5, 25 shares of Tesla at $1,200 per share. Now, underneath, we see how much you spent on those shares. So in case number 1, you spent $4,000, you spent $7,000, $9,000, $18,000, and $30,000. Then, if you were to not buy any more shares, you just thought, you know what, $2,000, too much for me. Sorry, I'm going to sit this out. I'm going to wait on the sidelines, and I'll just sell my Tesla in the future and call it a day. That's fine. Do whatever you want. I'm just breaking down the numbers. So if you were to sell all 5 shares of Tesla, now we need to pick a price. I know Kathy Wood says $7,000. I'm hoping she's right. I'm hoping she's underestimating. But let's play it a little safe and let's pretend that Tesla reaches a great price of $3,500 a share in 1 to 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, and you sell after holding those shares for over a year. So you're going to only pay capital gains tax. You won't be paying your regular income tax bracket. I explained that in my previous video. If you want to understand the tax a little bit more, you can look there. Now, when I hit enter on this, it's actually going to use this same price for all of the scenarios. So it'll automatically generate. So there's going to be a lot of numbers all over the place. If you are afraid of a lot of math, just sit tight. I'll explain what everything is. That means if you were to sell in the future all 5 of your shares at $3,500 a share, your sale would be for $17,500. Your taxable profit, the part that you can have tax charged on, is $13,500. The tax, I'm using 15% as the rate for capital gains, and that means you'll be paying $2,025 in tax. What is yours at the end of all of this? You'll have $15,475. So you spent $4,000, and after the sale, your sale was for $15,475. However, but what if this same person in case number 1 buys 1 share of Tesla at $2,000? For starters, it's going to affect your average share price. Your average share price for Tesla will change from 5 shares at $800 a share to being 6 shares at $1,000 per share, because you have 1 new share and you have your 5 original shares. So you really have 6 altogether. So now you have 6 shares at $1,000 per share. So even though you bought 1 share for $2,000, that money is evenly distributed. Your average share cost is $1,000. If you were to sell those 6 shares in the future at the same price, $3,500 a share, that sale would be for $21,000. Your taxable profit is now $15,000. You will owe $2,250 in tax. After tax, the amount that's yours is $18,750. So by spending an extra $2,000, you earn an extra $3,275. Well, you really earn that $1,275, but the investment of $2,000 now, you're going to take out $3,275 later. Does that make sense? Let's look at a couple other cases, and you could just hit pause and kind of read through this table on your own if you want. But in this case, I'm pretending that somebody owned 10 shares at $700 a share. They spent $7,000. If they sold off all 10 of their shares at that price of $3,500, that sale would be for $35,000. Taxable profit is all the money earned on top of what you put in. That's $28,000. At 15%, you would be paying $4,200 in tax. When all is said and done, you'd have $30,800 that you'd be walking away with after your sale in the future. But what if this person were to buy 2 shares of Tesla now at $2,000 a share, spend another $4,000? Their average share cost would raise from $700 per share to $916.67 per share. The more shares you have, at a lower price, the less affected they'll be by purchasing 1 or 2 shares at a higher price. So that's your average share price. It went up $216.67. If you were to sell all 12 of your shares at the price of $3,500, the sale would be for $42,000. Taxable profit is $31,000. You'd be paying $4,650 in tax. So how much is yours? $37,350. So by you spending $4,000 now on 2 more shares, later your sale is going to be $6,550 more. Now, we could obviously change this $3,500. I mean, you can dream big. You want to go bigger, you can say, well, what if these shares reach $5,000? So let's do the third case with $5,000 instead. You own 15 shares now at $600 a share. You spent $9,000 on those shares. If you sell all 15 shares at $5,000, that sale would be for $75,000. Taxable profit is $66,000. You would be paying $9,900 in capital gains tax. That is $65,100 for you and $9,900 for tax. But what if instead of just holding on to 15 shares at $600, you were a little brave and bought 3 more shares at $2,000 a share, so you invested another $6,000 into Tesla. Your average share price would go up by $233.33. So your new average share cost would be $833.33. If you were to sell all 18 of those shares at $5,000, that sale would be for $90,000. And your taxable profit is $75,000, you would have to pay $11,250 in tax. That means you walk away with $78,750. So by spending an extra $6,000, your sale is an extra $13,650. Maybe you're not that brave. Maybe you think it's only going to go to $3,000. So let's do case number 4 at $3,000. You own 20 shares at $900 a share. You spent $18,000 on this investment. You sell all of those shares at $3,000 in the future. The sale is for $60,000. Taxable profit, $42,000, means you pay $6,300 in capital gains tax. You walk away with $53,700. But if you bought 4 more shares of Tesla at $2,000 per share, that means you invest another $8,000 into Tesla. Your average share price will go up. It was $900 a share. Now your average share price is $1,083.33 per share. You own 24 shares now. If you sold all 24 shares at $3,000 a share, that sale would be for $72,000. Taxable profit is $46,000. That means you pay $6,900 in tax and walk away with $65,100. That extra $8,000 investment allowed you to walk away with a sale increase of $11,400. Obviously, you'll see more drama, more impact when the price grows more significantly. So, like I said, no one knows for sure what the price will be. Nobody knows what your situation in life is going to be and how much you'll need money sooner than later. I can't tell you that. I can't tell you what to do. I'm just showing you the calculations. Now, for the last case, let's go to $7,000 a share. Let's pretend you owned 25 shares of Tesla at $1,200 per share. You have spent $30,000 on Tesla. If you sold all 25 of your shares in the future for $7,000 a share, that would be a sale of $175,000. Your profit of $145,000 is taxable, and at 15%, you will pay $21,750 in tax, but walk away with $153,250. But if you were to buy 5 more shares of Tesla at $2,000 a share, that means you would be spending an extra $10,000 right now towards your investment. Your average share price will go up. It was $1,200. Now it's going to be $1,333.33. You own 30 shares of Tesla. If you sold all 30 at $7,000 a share, that sale is $210,000. Profit is $170,000 at 15%. you owe $25,500 in tax and walk away with $184,500. That extra $10,000 investment increased your sale by $31,250. So it's really up to you to figure out which scenario might be similar to yours, or if it's even worth it, how high you believe the price will go, how risky you feel like being. But I just want people to understand that sometimes this really high price might not really affect your average cost that much. And if the video gets 5 likes, I know, big number, I'll share this exact spreadsheet, one version of it filled already and one version of it blank, in the description box. And if you want me to work out a certain scenario for you, whether it's Tesla or another company, just let me know what calculations you want me to do, and I will do my best to get them into the next video. So I hope this gave you some enlightenment and that you make the best decision for yourself regarding this hot stock right now. Take care, invest safely, and think smarter, not harder. See you next time.